Carl, thanks for being with me.
Good to be with you.
I want to ask you about unemployment. The unemployment rate has fallen quite a bit in the last year. Are we getting close to full employment?
We're getting closer, but I don't think we're quite there. The official unemployment rate in the United States has come down from a peak of around 10% just after the crisis to a current level of just above 6%, but that probably doesn't tell the full story. We have a lot of people who are working part-time because full-time work is not available, and we have another community of people who have essentially given up looking for work because prospects are so poor. I don't think we can really say we're at full employment unless we make fuller use of those communities.
When you look at wage trends, what do you see?
Wages in the United States at the moment have risen only by about 2% over the last 12 months. That's barely keeping pace with inflation. So we're not seeing the sort of wage gains that we have in past solid expansions. So that's also a signal that there may still be a lot of slack left in the labor market. And until we see wage gains, that's also not going to entice those people who are outside of the labor market to come back in.
And what kind of policies might make a difference here?
Accommodative monetary policy is certainly one thing that we can do. Getting the economy going at a higher degree will certainly raise the demand for labor, but this is where it gets complicated for the Federal Reserve because getting people ready to go back to work is a product of educational systems and training. So I think that there's a role as well for certain incentives to get firms to hire or to invest in the sort of training that gets people to a point where they can accept the jobs that are available today. I'd like to see a little bit more of that.
So, Carl, should the Federal Reserve wait until we reach full employment before raising rates?
I think the Federal Reserve can, in their own words, wait a considerable period before they raise interest rates in response to falling unemployment. Even if we get down to levels that we've seen in the past, such as 5.5%, there's still a lot of global forces that are pushing downward on wages and will limit the ability of wages to translate into inflation. So I think they can afford to wait.
Well, Carl, thanks for taking the time.
My pleasure.
Thank you for listening. For more insights from our economic research team, visit northerntrust.com/view.